Don't live a random life, otherwise you'll end up lost. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Boardman, and if you are coming through, please do let me know. How we doing? So I'm walking around the Belfry Golf Course today. We're playing on the Masters course. I'm up here doing a business development workshop for 4 or 5 days in my mastermind. So it's quite nice to break the routine, right? Do something different, get out, and just be in a hotel room with no screaming kids or teenagers wanting you all the time. How we doing? Hope you're good. So on the way up, I was having a great chat with my ma, and we were just talking about life, and she came up with this great quote, and this was my mum's quote here. Don't end up with a random life, otherwise you'll end up lost. And she was talking about how she had huge plans for her life, the direction it was going with my dad. And I had all of these plans together to go and do the things that they wanted to do, to live a fulfilling life, to live a happy family life, with me, possibly someone else. And unfortunately, my dad died when I was 6. And with that, so did a part of my mum. And we both agreed that she never really recovered with it and never really dealt with it. But also what came along with that is that we were talking about how we never readjusted, or mum never readjusted the plan. And she found that she'd become very lost in life. And she said, I just feel like I've lived quite a random life since your father died, and I feel quite lost at times. And it got me thinking quite a lot of the time about the men that I work with, and me, and at certain stages of my life, about when we live life quite randomly, when we live it, I guess, on the cuff, and we have no clear direction about where we're going. At some point along the line, we are going to end up lost. If you're 30s, you never expect you're going to hit your 40s or 50s or 60s. When you're 40s, you never really expect to hit your 50s, your 60s, 70s. And she was saying, I never thought I was going to be 70. And I knew I was going to be, but I never thought I was ever going to get round to it. I never thought that time was going to creep up on me and smack me in the face like it has. Because you always live for the moment. You never really live for tomorrow. You never really have the focus about what's coming tomorrow. And that can be quite scary. And I've talked about that before. And the quote that I use is, how you live now will be how you live in 10 years. And if you're not living a great life now, and you're not living to some sort of plan or direction, or with some form of purpose, are you going to still be living that life in 10 years? And 10 years is a long way. And you might not have to worry about it right now. And you might be like, fucking hell, guy, just live for today. Great, 100% live for today. But live for today with direction. Because eventually time is going to creep up on all of us. And we're going to be exposed for the lack of direction and the lack of meaning and the lack of purpose that we have to our lives. And one day we'll wake up and go, fucking hell, I should have. I could have. Maybe I better had. Is it too late? And regret's, again, a deep emotion to carry. When I listen to my mum, I can hear a lot of it in her voice, in her soul when she talks to me. It's not just my mum. There's a lot of older people that I've worked with. A lot of older people that I know and friends with. And it's always that, I wish I should have. I wish I had of. And I think a lot of that comes down to not really knowing what you want. And on the 28-day program, I always ask the guys to do a 10-year plan. It's not that I want them to formulate a detailed, direct plan, and this is the way it's going to be. It's that I want them to create a vision, an understanding that there's a future, an understanding that there's more to life than right this second. You've got to be able to think forwards. You've got to be able to think over the brow. What are you aiming for? What's the direction? What's the compass bearing? And that's what not living a random life is about having clear direction, knowing what you want, having some control of your time and your energy in the direction that you're heading. So listen, don't live a random life. And this is very much what we work on the 5-day masterclass. It's an insight into the direction that you're going with your life now. And a lot of people say, I've got to sort my shit out and all of this. And if you like, this is a great place to start. It doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free. You can come and join us. The link is on the page. For those guys that are with me in a mastermind, a lot of them often come back and just realign themselves to that focus point. This is where I'm heading. This is the direction I have to go on. And it brings people back. It lifts people up. It fires people up. It's just a constant reminder that if you live a random life, if you're happy doing that, if you're happy living day to day, at some point down the line, it's only natural for you to become lost. When you become lost, it brings a whole heap of emotions, frustrations, regrets. I should'ves, I could'ves. So just wake up a little bit. If today's show has taught you anything, it's just to raise that level of self-awareness about the direction that you're heading. Wish me luck. I've got to power these 2 lads that I'm playing with under the ground because they're fucking yapping off. You know, if you've been following my vlog, I've been secretly training, and I'm out here secretly checking the course. So I've been out here for the last hour just walking, seeing what's what. Recceing, huh? Once a marine, always a marine. See you soon.